Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass capped in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they...
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Wheeler. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. Walker now on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this one's high, but not very far. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now they'll run it again with Penny. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Rodgers to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now on 2nd and 16, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end Tunyon. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, I think everything was impressive about that one, except they didn't get a first down. But I like their field position now after that play.
Yeah, now you got a pretty makeable field goal opportunity. And his kick is indeed good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Wheeler going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Wheeler. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, here's Penny. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 77 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Trucks over him. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point safely through, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Rodgers.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Penny, a first down carry. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Penny on the counter. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now it's Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Penny up the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And he makes the score 21-10. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Wheeler, throw out wide to Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Rodgers now on first down. That's caught by Penny. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Rodgers again now. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Rodgers now to throw. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Rodgers will throw for it. It's complete. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. following the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A quick throw out to Lockett. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. To throw. Wheeler into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Rodgers going to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Romeo Dobbs, his intended receiver.
And it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but now it's third down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
He's able to find Melton.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Inside handoff, Penny. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wheeler. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this, certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, 4th quarter, with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's a give to Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now Rashad Penny. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To throw is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, third and goal.
Here's Penny. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And his kick is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Short gain, the last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Wheeler.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Walker with another carry. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They begin with a run by Penny, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Quick slant to Watson. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Rodgers now on first down. This pass complete to Melton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT, and now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
72 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to Walker on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This is a big spot for a rookie QB in overtime. It's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. Looking to throw on second down. Wheeler. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Ball security critical now. When do they opt to kick it? Time will tell. Here's first down. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
The Seahawks, they are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cyrus block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and